Like to call to order the meeting of the Plaquemines Parish Council as the sole governing authority of the Plaquemines Port Harbor and Terminal District to order at 3:32 PM. The machines are now open for roll call. Let the record reflect 6 commissions are present and Reverend Edwards is out of chambers. Next item, please. I am.
Something's wrong, it's blank.
It's blank. You try it now.
Will now provide it.
You good, you good.
And Blake, who's the Director of Vessels and Ferries, will start off by providing the Marine Operations Report.
Okay, so we got a good update on the Authority 1. It is back at the landing and fully operational. So all of our rescue boats are fully operational. The Belle Chase 2, 2 of our shoreside engineers went today to the shipyard to see about the progress on it, and I'm waiting to hear back from that, but the shipyard did say that they have a April 14th finish date that they expect that boat to be fully completed, ready to come back.
Good evening, Commissioners. So for the new ferry build project, I am happy to say that we are at 100% design. We are just waiting to receive that final design and spec package from DOTD. It will be going out to public bid. Bids are expected at this time to be received by mid-May 2026. Moving on to the next. For the Point LaHash landing replacement project, the survey data has all been collected. It is being processed at this time and preliminary engineering will follow. We had a status update meeting this morning with DOTD as well as the engineers. The project is progressing as scheduled. Estimated construction is still going to be at the end of 2028. Belle Chase Scarsdale ferry landing. Once again, the draft stability and structure assessment does show that the load rating is still valid for both landings, and there's no need to shut down the ferry landings or have any additional limits on traffic on those ferry landing barges whatsoever. So that is good news. Whenever it comes to replacing those ferry landing barges, we do have FTA grant funds already awarded to the port to replace those 2 ferry landing barges. I am working with Minnow Marine in order to get a proposal regarding being able to put those out for bid as well. The engineering for the repairs of the actual ferry landings, that is being done by Lanier Engineering. The engineering is underway, and that will go out for public bid as well because it's estimated that the construction cost for that will be close to $1 million. For the Belle Chase security vessel landing, we did get some clarity on that project, and we are able to utilize both funding sources. For the dock support, it's the port security grant that we have already been awarded. And for the actual barge itself, that ties into the FTA grant funding, which is also with the other 2 ferry landing barges. So those projects are good to go and progressing. Whenever it comes to the LGP rail extension project, yes, we were granted the EA instead of having to do the full EIS. That saves us a year with the STV. The opinion of probable cost is approximately $103 million, but including construction management and project management, it's looking at close to $110 million. We were going to submit a build grant for this. However, we put a pause to that due to some underlying concerns that have been raised by stakeholders. So I am slowing down this project and completely stepping back, reset to meet with stakeholders to ensure that they're presented all information and that their voices are heard. For the Peters Road Rail Bypass, there is going to be an amendment to the CEA that will be needed in order to bring it to a full 30% realignment for that design. That's a full realignment of Peters Road and the rail itself. That is going to be approximately right under $800,000 for the port share. That's shared cost with Jefferson Parish and the city of Gretna. I did have a meeting earlier this week with Chairman Newsom as well as Ms. Glapion with Matthew Martinick for just an overall view of the project itself, where that amendment comes into play. And Mr. Martinick is prepared to meet with whichever commissioners who would like further details on that project. So just shoot me an email and I'll be sure to put you in touch with Matthew and we can come down and talk to you individually about that project specifically. For the Peters Road Vehicle Bridge, the box culverts are expected to go out to bid middle of this year. DOTD is actually sourcing construction funding for that. Navigation study pretty much shows that the 73-foot clearance is good to go, which equals big, major construction cost savings. The water booster station and feed line, estimated completion is the end of June 2026. That will follow with a final walkthrough by DOTD. And there's no traffic concerns regarding the boring that goes under LA 23. And I am working with PPG engineers and Infomark in regards to this project tying in at the reservoir and being tested at 125 PSI.
I'll scoot over a little bit. Good afternoon, Commissioners. Just a quick update from the communication side of the house. On the SEO side of things, we are continuing to refine the website language and improve alignment. From the communication side?
SEO.
Oh, I'm sorry, SEO?
Search engine
optimization. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. On the search engine optimization, we are continuing to refine the website language and improve clarity and alignment and search visibility. On the public communications and outreach front, we have implemented the ferry update email communication. So whenever we have a ferry alert, service advisory, there are emails going out to subscribers for that as well. Anyone can sign up on our website. Those emails go out along with the other messaging. Okay. We've developed and launching the doing business with the port email to subscribers. We're going to be communicating about the RFP for translation services that are going to be going live in a few weeks. And we're also working on content. We have an upcoming blog called The Gateway Advantage, Zero Obstacles to the Gulf, and that is going to be speaking about our strength with, no air drafts, our 50-foot depth, just putting it in a different language that helps with SEO as well when people are searching for that type of information. On branding strategy and intellectual property, we've been working on the logo refinement to make Plaquemines Parish Port more visible on that. I'm working with the trademark attorney, Vincent Knight, from BSW LLP, working with them to get that all that in place and getting the current service mark approved. Under the enterprise logo with the vehicles, I'm working with Shannon and Blake to get that updated as well. Those are some things that they have to get pushed through. Under governance and compliance, we've gotten the service animal policy revised. We're working with our grant administrator as well as an ADA specialist for that. And then we also have the ongoing compliance updates on content and updating things like, Gulf of America on our site and so forth. And that's all for communications.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. For the Human Resources update, we are still working with the Archer study for the Director of IT. Mr. Batiglia, the gentleman that's going to be doing that, he has been out of the office for some time now. So we're just waiting on his return so he can get with his team to give us that appropriate information. We did have on here the Chief Port Engineer, but Ms. Patrice Bell and myself, we're going to be meeting with Ms. Rochelle Lambert to discuss that position to get some clarity before we present that back to the Archer study. We are going to be meeting with the Civil Service on February 27th, which is tomorrow, myself, Ms. Glapion, and Ms. Bell, because we do have a couple of employees that their pay was basically incorrect due to our SER, if you guys know the special entry rate that we did. when they were initially put into the system, that pay was put in incorrectly. So Ms. Lambert has agreed to meet with the three of us to get that corrected for those employees. The AAPA salary survey that I previously mentioned has been completed. This is my second year completing that survey. And basically what it does, it provides a salary analysis across all ports in the country just to make sure our pay is basically in line with everyone else. The SHRM, which is the Society of Human Resources Management, that was the first one that we've done. It was basically a benefit study just to see what benefits we are providing to our staff. And we did have our second newsletter. Ms. Janae has been so graciously helping myself and my analyst, Ms. Trinice Jones, to complete. The second edition will be going out on March 2nd. It has been well received by the staff. They are very excited about it and look forward to receiving that. The resumes for our Chief Operating Officer, as I previously mentioned, we have numerous resumes. Mr. Chairman and I, as well as Ms. Jasmine here, we're going to be reviewing those resumes and following the instructions of our board chair. And the first team building exercise has been scheduled. We are doing a Guess Who I Am. I would love for y'all to come in and see it. I do not want to share the pictures out, but the day I sent the email out, which was Wednesday, I would say after I sent that email, about 5 minutes later, I started getting those baby pictures, and it is phenomenal. The staff is very excited to see it. And actually today, I'm happy to say Shannon's department, the finance staff, actually came up with another morale boosting team building. They had created a daily port positive words, phrases whiteboard, and today's word was trusting Thursday. So I'm excited to say that the Human Resources Department and the port staff, we are really moving forward, and the morale is really getting up there.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Next is the financial update. You can see here the difference, again, in our net position and unrestricted fund balance. And again, budgeted expenses relate to the two ordinances that were approved at the last meeting. That was the manpower salary increases, which are being put in by civil service and will go through with our next payroll next week, and the port match for the permanent replacement at the Point Lahash Ferry. For our actual revenues and expenses, as I said, would start this year, that you're seeing that those are the year-to-date amounts for all of our separate revenue sources, our grant revenues, tariff revenues, ferry, interest and leases, and then our actual expenses in those large categories. So I'll be updating those every meeting with the year-to-date amounts on all of those spending categories. I also wanted to let you know that we have completed the LWCC, which is Louisiana Workers' Compensation Audit. That's an annual audit that's done every year. We did complete that in February and received back the assessment letter from that. With the workers' compensation, they do assess a value for us, and there was a little bit of a discrepancy for this year, probably because of our hires, but we'll be including that with their next invoice. And that concludes the finance report.
Thank you. Thank you. Are there any comments from the audience? Mr. Henry?
Arthur Henry Belchase. Ma'am, on a Peters Road bypass, you said it's gonna cost the port $800,000?
So that's an amendment to the CEA. This amendment is shared between Jefferson Parish, the city of Gretna, and the port. So that $800,000 would bring us to 30% design. That is for a full realignment and limits the amount of crossings that potentially were already existing for the prior alignment.
All right, good.
These are things that help get in, put the I'm gonna say ducks in a row, so when we do go apply for a grant for this, we have a lot of this done already, so it helps to speed the process up.
Thank you, Chairman. Yes,
Wait, Jefferson Parish putting the same amount?
they're actually
Put
putting a little bit more.
Okay, all right. But Peter Road is in Jefferson Parish.
It's in Plaquemines also.
It actually borders both.
And congratulations on the ferry design. I'm glad it's finished.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I was excited.
Thank
to
you,
see
Mr. Henry.
Clarence Brockman, 560 East Campbell right quick. The bridge that, the Peter Road bypass bridge, I saw that on a picture that it went across two bodies of water. I'm figuring Intercoastal is one.
Yes, sir.
And what is the other one?
Murphy Canal.
I don't know about that.
We're gonna take you out there. We'll take you over there.
Give me a call and I can walk you through it. Or stop by the office and I can show it to you.
All right, thanks. But
Absolutely.
That bridge going to be for public traffic also, or just
Yes.
all right, and now the train gonna go off across that bridge also.
That's going to be part of the Peters Road rail bypass. It's two separate projects. Okay, Mr. Brock. So you have the Peters Road vehicle bridge. So that one is just strictly vehicles. And then you have the Peters Road rail bypass, which will include a rail bridge as well.
Oh,
Just like what you see at Bell Chase. You know, you got a bridge and then we got a rail bridge.
I got you. Thanks.
No problem.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Mr. Brown. Just a couple notes. Celeste was correct. We met with Celeste and myself, Celeste, and Ms. Shannon with Matthew. I was really impressed of the continuity that we have, which is pretty much between Jefferson Parish, the city of Gretna, the port, and also Plaquemines Parish government is involved in on this. So it really shows a collaboration of all entities working together for the betterment of for Plaquemines Parish and Jefferson Parish and Gretna. So by working together, we can get so much more done. And also on Ms. Harlan's thing, we do have legislation talking about the COO today, which I will be presenting for voting on. With that, Ms. McCarty, the floor is yours.
I don't know, perhaps the legal counsel and the communications department should contact the attorney for the trademark. I would appreciate us receiving an update on the trademark because I noticed that it was rejected for geography, but it's still pending. So that means that we are submitting something else. I want to know what we're submitting and what's the timeline on that.
I spoke with Vincent this week about that. He's in review on that and going to give me an update as soon as possible. So once I have that, I will definitely communicate that out to you all.
Thank you. My next note. Okay, so I'm not on the selection committee for the COO, but I would like to receive the final resumes that you've picked up in a digital copy. I'd like to be able to review that. I think we might all want to look at that. And that's it right now. Thank you.
Commissioner Schultz.
Ms. Glapion, I have a question about the land fund. I noticed that the balance is $5,573. Look at the budget, proposed budget, it was supposed to be 3.4 million because we always transfer 20% of the revenue into the land fund. At the 2/12 meeting, looking back at the reports, you had the balance listed at 1.9 million, nothing's happened. Now we're back down to 500. What's going on?
And actually, this was part of Commissioner McCarty's question at the last meeting. And
I wasn't
when I
there,
was
yeah.
going through my reports, I realized that some of those I had not updated hard-coded numbers from the budget into the reports that are produced. Those were two separate files. So I did get all of those things updated in the reports this time. That $5,000 balance is where we ended 25 from the properties that we pulled out of that. And we hadn't closed 24 yet, so I hadn't put the assessment in for this year.
Okay. 20.
26, you mean?
For 26, I'm sorry.
But I'm just trying to tie to the proposed budget ending balance of 3.497 million. I guess send me an update on what the difference is between the budget and
Yes.
what's at now.
And can you send me that particular report that you're referencing there so that I can get that? Was that on the
Okay.
budget summary from the book?
Yeah, it's in the book, page 8, it looks like, PDF page 8. Because like I said, we normally do a transfer of 20%, last year's, or based on the revenue that I'm looking at, it was 7.5 million, 20% gets transferred in to the land fund because that's the whole purpose of the, like we're always buying land for the port expansion. So I just want to make sure we're not missing anything financially, and setting us up for issues in the future. I yield.
Thank you, Mr. Schultz. Commissioner Jurisic.
Yes, Ms. Sherman, on this meeting with civil service, is this going to be referencing, was it some employees didn't get a merit?
No, this was because we had the special entry rate when we were having difficulty getting some positions filled. And we went to civil service and they gave us the ability to have a special entry rate. And it's actually one ferry captain, one ferry engineer, and one rescue boat captain. And it was just that when they went in, the years of their previous service wasn't recognized and their pay was just not put in correctly.
So they're going to try to retro that.
Yes, we're meeting with Rochelle to get that corrected tomorrow morning.
Okay, good deal, good deal. And Ms. Bell, I know at last meeting, I asked a question. I still haven't gotten an answer about a certain breakfast thing you attended with the Algiers Economic Development Annual Breakfast, and a comment that was made about 8 p.m. in Plaquemines Parish in 6 months.
Yes, thank you, Commissioner. Yes, I have heard reports that you asked the question. So I think that, first, thank you for the question. And secondarily, I think that perhaps based on my recollection and based on my reaching out to people who were in that audience, including some of the panelists and the host, that is not what I recall saying or how they understood the statement. But obviously, everyone's interpretation can be different and you hear things differently. So if there was a miscommunication or a misunderstanding of the comment, I certainly do apologize for that. But again, I reached out to numerous people, and the report that you received is not anywhere near the reports that I received, as even people were calling it, because I was relying on my own memory, obviously. So I wanted to confirm that. As far as replying, I was not at the last meeting to reply to that, sir. So I couldn't do that.
I know you were ill. You was out sick. Well, okay, so the issue I have is when I heard it from several different people that morning not long after the meeting ended, they all had the same story. And I don't think they converse with each other. So I'm trying to put this like, for one thing, who authorized you to even say anything about that? Because that's not a true statement. From what I heard from the residents, the people that attended the meeting, some high-powered people in the parish that were extremely excited, calling, congratulating on this new news. And I'm like, hold up, wait. As a commissioner, I'm lost. And when they told me, and I was like, okay. Then the next phone call, identical to what the first person said. And then I did ask the question as well, which I got crickets on, was who attended that meeting? Well, later I found out Mr. Bell, I think Ms. John A. and Ms. Clapion were at that meeting as well. But my big problem is there was some damage done, because I had to apologize to these people and say, sorry, that's a false statement, because we didn't know anything about it. It was very embarrassing to me. And when I tell you, these people, they rank in the parish. They're very business-minded, extremely excited about our port moving forward. Something like that being said, without having any authority to say it, and then find out that if you're saying they may have not interpreted it right, well, now you may be calling them, telling them that they lied to me about what you said.
Well,
So I think it's time to just own up that you made a mistake by making this comment. And that's what I was asking at the last meeting. I mean, as a commissioner, and the stuff I had to hear, and several other commissioners heard as well, it's almost like, it's not just an apology to us for making that statement that, I know when you sit and you're feeling good, things come out. But it's also the citizens that really took this in as an accomplishment and that we're moving forward. Please be extremely careful. next time.
Certainly, I will do that. I would like to make a point of clarity.
Go ahead.
That I continue to disagree with the statement and how it was interpreted, because I spoke to numerous people as well, but I do apologize to this commission and the community if it was misunderstood. The appearance was approved, both by the former executive director and by members of this commission. It appeared on the pre-board minutes for at least a month, and when there was a change in leadership, it was approved for members of this team to continue on with appearances that were scheduled. The bullet points that were used in preparation for that were approved bullet points that had been used in prior meetings by said former executive director, and there was no way for any of us at this dais to know that anything had changed or that those had not been approved formally by this commission, and not to say anything negative about any former employees of this agency either. But I would maintain that I think the statement was misconstrued and that the appearance was approved. And I do apologize to this commission if it caused any concern.
I'm just gonna say like this, you're saying it here at a public meeting. I'm gonna get some phone calls again this evening because they're gonna say, nope, she said what she said. And I wasn't there, but, APM apparently is not gonna be in Plaquemines Parish in 6 months, by July or whatever it was. That was in the statement. And I know some of them are watching, they're listening. And so just have that, just know that. So
Yes, sir.
now it's gonna
Thank
be, who's telling the truth? I don't know, I wasn't there, that's all.
Thank you, Mr. Jurisic.
Commissioner McCoy, you have the floor.
Thank you. Ms. Bell, so I don't have to go back and listen. Did you say that the APM item was approved by the former director, that you would talk about it? Or
that's-
did you
Said
say-
that bullet points that were used in preparation for multiple meetings, that one and others before that, were what were used to base the bullet points on for that appearance as well, and that the appearance had been confirmed in early December and remained on the pre-board commission's meetings, the pre-board meetings.
Oh, your appearance
And was
there.
approved,
Okay.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
It's a standard meeting that the port participates in, and I think it's, anything in the community with economic development is huge for the port to attend, as well as the government. So working, and just goes back to my original statement, with working as a conglomerate, everybody working together, we get a lot of stuff done. With no one in the queue, next item, please.
5, introduction of ordinances and resolutions.
We have one ordinance, Commissioner McCarty, an ordinance establishing the policy of the Plaquemines Port Harbor and Terminal District in regard to its records and otherwise to provide with respect thereto, and that is it.
Yeah, it's on it. Thank you. Next item, please. It was on.
6, ordinances and resolutions on second reading and final passage.
One moment. Let me go over the deferrals and withdrawals. 6B will be deferred. 6C will be deferred. 6F will be withdrawn. F as in Frank will be withdrawn. Also, on the new business, 7A2 will be also withdrawn.
Dr. Gooey's going to defer his. Aye.
So, I got
He says if we want to, we can move.
He also sent me,
Yeah, I texted him.
yeah, I also texted him, he gave me thumbs up, so yes, we're gonna plan on moving. Thank you. With that, with the deferrals, does anybody need a recap? Next item, please.
D, a resolution adopting amendments to the administration policies, procedures for Plaquemines Port Harbor and Terminal District and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Commissioner Newsom.
Offer and ask for a second. Second by Commissioner Konovich. Is there any discussion any comments from the audience? Yes, sir, Mr. Henry.
Can you highlight some of the policy changes you want to do?
Yes, sir. So, one policy we had where it says, we made some changes. The policy rule will read prohibition applies to every area of the facility, including personal vehicles, vehicle parked on port premises, and all port-owned vehicles. It remains in effect during regularly scheduled work hours, as well as any additional time spent performing port-related duties. It's a tightening of our policies up that we saw some problems with it. I think it's a much better use of our employees, so. And I can give you a copy of the changes if you'd like them. Yes, sir, Mr. Bronx.
I know policies are policies. My name is Clarence Brock, 156 East Campbell Land. I just want to share with y'all something that happened to one of the guys that worked for the parish. It was since playing football on a Monday night, and you know how we get. I know, no, not me. I don't watch football, no nothing but football. Don't know the coach, the quarterback, or none of that stuff. But one guy had been working for the parish for 20-some years, and the night of since playing football on a Monday night, had a few drinks. Just about everybody does that on. And the next morning, they had drug tests, and he failed the test, and he was working for the parish over 20-some years, and he got fired. So I just for information.
Yeah, we
Rules is rules.
I understand we gotta have, policies are the policies, and you're correct, but, everybody has their limitations, and everybody needs to know that, so.
Yeah, but we need to not do them. The job that he had, not no serious job that somebody get hurt. He just passed. Might have been just a little one drink, one too many. And
Well, I'm gonna disagree. I think all our jobs are very serious. We should take them serious and very, pretty much safety sensitive type of stuff.
I agree with you. But I just want to share that with you.
Thank you, Mr.
Don't
Bronx.
do it on Monday morning after the football game.
Thank you, Mr. Bronx. Anyone else from the audience?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to say, Mr. Turner, is it Mr. Turner?
Mr. Henry.
Mr. Henry, this policy we had to have some amendments to it because we received FTA funding and there are some FTA guidelines. So we have to make sure our policy is tight to continue to receive those funds. So these are some of the reasons why we made these amendments.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Commissioner Jurisic. You have
Yes,
the-
I think Ms. Sherman answered some of my stuff. So this.
She read your mind.
She read my mind. They're getting good at that over there.
Well, ain't much to read, though.
So it's like, hey, I like to keep it simple. I'm a simple man. They made a song about it. So anyway, so this is like for port vehicles and stuff, personal vehicles. What is it? Everything that's on the
All vehicles on port property.
all vehicles on port property.
Correct.
I mean, I understand what Mr. Brock said. I think this person maybe should have gotten a slap on the wrist and say, we're gonna continue to test you. If you come back like that, I think I don't know what kind of policy they have. Is it zero tolerance?
We at the port do have a zero tolerance. I'm not sure for the parish, but we also have an employee assistance program that an employee could go through and basically come back once completing that program. And unfortunately, we do not pick who goes for that test. That information is provided to us from DISA. It is truly random, and we do get those in advance. So I'm not sure if that was just maybe picking on that employee or what, but that is something that we have to just be in accordance with FTA.
I hear you. I'm just, you know, when hearing that story, it's like 20-something years and all of a sudden
Yes,
he's out,
yes.
you know what I mean?
Yes, but again, in a situation like that, myself and Ms. Bell, we would encourage that employee to go through the
And I think
employee
what we're
assistance
doing is
program.
mimicking what the parish has done already too on our
Yes.
side. So, no, okay, that's the questions I had.
Commissioner McCarty, the floor.
Thank you. In relation to the drug and alcohol policy, I'd like to, all of the commissioners have been contacted by an association, I don't know the name, to ask if we would like Narcan in our offices. And I just want to open up the conversation to say, would we want to have that available at some locations throughout the port, since they are free?
That is something that we could definitely talk about, myself, Ms. Bell, and you, if you like, we have a meeting. My analyst and I actually, we just talked about, we have an AED in our office. So we're going to be getting some training to make sure all of our employees know how to fully utilize that AED. And if a situation were to arise and we had to use it. So I definitely would not oppose to having Narcan available. So that is,
Yeah.
I'm very
I'm
interested.
not saying that our employees would need it, but maybe somebody on the ferry or someone we would come across.
Right, definitely. And I concur.
Thank you.
Commissioner Edwards, you have the floor.
The sheriff make those, give you some samples of it, because they give them out a lot. But
Okay.
y'all think y'all at that level in any kind of way? That's a problem at the.
No, it's honestly, it's never a problem until it's a problem. So you never know if you need it, again, until you need it. But again, it's something that, Director of Security Blake and I, we can get, with our ferry manager, as well as some of our ferry captains, to make sure if it is on board, to have it available.
I think the sheriff have a large amount of them available.
Yeah,
Yes,
also.
we can definitely take care of that. Thank you for that suggestion.
Finish, Reverend. Commissioner Schultz, the floor is yours.
I just caution, because you gotta have certain training. All the fire departments have it and the sheriff's office has it now. So the only place I might be okay with putting it is on the ferry, because if they're in the middle of the river, but again, you have to go through certain training every year or every 2 years. I forget. There's so
Yeah,
much
that's-
training with the fire department now. But I just caution because it expires, so you gotta make sure, there's a lot more to it than just throwing it in a vehicle or on the ferry or stuff. So just make sure if we do look into it, we're following all the laws and guidelines.
We
Yeah,
definitely will.
have a conversation with our ferry personnel and make sure they, okay. If it ever comes to that we, as Commissioner Schultz said, it's
Yes.
other than just things.
Yes, we
so.
would just keep it on the actual vessel
Yeah.
and just make sure our captains are fully
And-
capable of utilizing.
And I guess, Blake, you could speak from a captain standpoint, if they're comfortable with that, that's another level that we'd have to think, and I'm not looking for the answer, so, anyway.
It's, no, like, I know she was saying the captains, but we need, if we're gonna do it on there, we have to make sure that multiple people would be trained, because it, just being a captain doesn't.
Doesn't make you know,
Doesn't make.
but you're all pretty smart people, those guys are pretty good, so.
So,
Yeah, and we have a captain sitting at the table here, so, yeah, the captains are pretty.
You might be licensed, but I can walk those 2 years.
Well, you don't have the. Commissioner Schultz, that's,
The only reason what I was saying was you can't really do the captains, because if you're in the middle of the river, the captain can't just leave the bridge and go down and administer. So you got to make sure this is done right for the safety of all the other people on board and whoever might need the Narcan. So I'm just saying, make sure we're being very careful with that, because like I said, if there's an issue, all the fire trucks have them now. Every PPSO vehicle has it, and also EMS has it. So if there's an issue in the middle of the river, you can call ahead and have fire or PPSO meet you at the dock. So that's only caution I have.
Commissioner Konovich, Boat Captain Konovich.
That's what I was gonna say. I'd leave it alone because now we have AEDs on our boats and we go through training with first aid with that. But the Narcan, who's gonna pay for it when it expires?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it expires. The taxpayers are paying for that. So,
I don't know that they're offering it. That's-
but I'm not for keeping it on the boat. I'm not for giving it. So
I agree with that. Thank you. Nobody else with no one else in the queue, the machines are now open for voting. Measure passes 7-0. Next item, please.
E, a resolution to create a Port Customer Advisory Committee and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Commissioner Edwards.
I offer it,
Mr. Edwards' office, do I have a second? I'll second. Commissioner, Commissioner.
I talked to Charles.
Commissioner Edwards, you have the floor.
I talked to Charles about this when he first came on, when people was questioning Poppy, and I said, Charles, would be good if you get all the marine industry people in Plaquemine Parish to be involved in the advisory capacity. And I was looking at a master plan, I think when Brian was chairman of the port, and I saw what they had in there to create an advisory council. So this is in keeping of something that was supposed to happen. And as you read the legislature here, it's nothing binding about this at all. It just served in the advisory capacity. I was in a meeting at Stokhaven, and they're doing a lot of international business. So we got people in our parish that is involved with global business. I just think we need to use that expertise in it. And so it's only strictly in advisory capacity, and it was something that was written in our master plan that said we was created. And I just thought this is the time to really do it.
Thank you. I know, thank you, Mr. Edwards, for getting this process started. Thank you. I think it's definitely needed. I know, actually, Mr. Jurisic had spoke about this a couple years ago, probably the same time he talked when Mr. Champagne, Commissioner Champagne was chairman. So this is something long overdue, and the only thing I'd ask is if you would kind of take the bull by the horns and spearhead this legislation, Mr. Edwards.
Well, I don't necessarily, the only thing it is that it just takes you as the chairman to ask each company to submit some names
Okay.
to
I
us.
can do that.
And then they give us names and they'd be a part of it. And you as chairman and Mr. LaFrance as
Yes,
vice
sir.
chairman should be a part of that.
Well, thank you. I will take it. Thank you. Mr. Henry, you have the,
Yes, so this committee only gonna consist of maritime people?
Yeah, only the people that,
hold up, let me get you back in the queue, Mr. Edwards. Go ahead, Mr. Edwards.
yeah, it's only the people that's involved in the marine business on the water, because that's what the port is really about, so they can give us some service and advisory capacity. And it would be cool, like Stokhaven, LNG, Associate Terminal, those are some of the ones that I can name that actually do business in the water.
Maybe economic development would be.
I'm sorry?
We should go through them and name them.
Oh,
That's it. So, yeah, we'll get together and with Tup and get that. Go ahead, Mr. Henry, I'm sorry.
I'm not for this.
Okay.
I know.
Let's remember,
This is slippery slope, man. Come back to bite you.
they form as a,
Somebody gonna get kickbacks on this. May not be now. It's a slippery.
well, it won't be me. Commissioner Champagne, you have the floor.
Thank you. Just to add to what Reverend Edwards was saying, we had talked about this when we were doing the master planning, all of us, and it was just a great idea to get the folks along the river to share, good ideas with the port director and the port commission, what's working and what's not, just to gather them and use them as a resource to help us make wiser decisions. And I think it's one of the things we always talk about on the government side. Are we having town hall meetings? Are the people involved? Well, this is the same thing on the river. Are the people along the river, are they involved in some of these decisions, or have they given input for the port to consider? That's all it is. Just sharing information. I yield.
Commissioner Schultz.
And just to be clear for the public, members are appointed by the Board of Commissioners and serve at the pleasure of the board. Committees have no binding or decision-making authority and shall not operate or shall not exercise any operational, financial, policy setting powers. Basically, again, that's the two main things, but we're still in charge. It's basically a committee to give us advice, give the board, the administration advice, and where we have official communication with some of these major businesses and stuff along the river. I yield.
Thank you. Yeah, again, it just goes back to bringing folks together and collaborating on good ideas. Seeing no one in the queue, the machines are now open. And the measure passes 7-0. Next item, please. Thank you.
G, a resolution adopting the findings of Navy Business Case Analysis Phase 1 and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Commissioner Newsom.
I will offer and ask for a second. Second by Commissioner Champagne. Is there any comments from the audience? Administration. Commissioner McCarty, you have the floor.
Thank you. I looked at this report, and I concentrated more on the economic development section, and I feel like it's basically missing. There's no explanation why a company like FedEx, DHL, et cetera, would come to our area, would pay to come to our area when they can fly an extra hour or less and not have to pay for development. So what we're missing is the return on investment section. And I would like someone else that's a professional to review some of these things before we actually approve them. And that's all.
Mr. Chairman, would you like me to?
Of course, yes, ma'am. You can, the administration.
So thank you, Commissioner McCarty. So I just want to clarify that Phase 1 was just an analysis. It has not done all of the work toward the economic development. It was our baseline to determine if we want to move forward into the types of investigations that you're talking about. So I hear your comment, I appreciate your comment, but I just wanted to clarify that this was the baseline analysis to see if there was an appetite in the state of Louisiana with the port and with the Navy itself to go into the next level of market study and economic development study. And based on the first presentation that happened earlier this year, that I believe the vice chair was out, I believe our chairman was unavailable that day.
Yes.
The appetite was there from many of our partners at the state who wish us to continue to the point that there have been some other collaborators around the state and around the region who have asked us to do a second presentation. And with the permission of Chairman Newsom yesterday, we have started scheduling that second presentation that, of course, the members of his commission will be invited to as well.
Ms. Let me comment on this. Okay. Mr. Schultz, you have the floor.
So yes, after the first meeting, I did talk to a lot of people that was there, including LED, governor's office, had somebody there, our own parish economic development director, and based on and the base commander or his representative, I don't think he was able to make it, but everything that I've heard was the state and LED and the parish, they're very interested in seeing how this goes and want to actually schedule a second meeting with some other major players in the area to get their input. And again, this is phase 1. All the details will come in phase 2. That's why phase 2 is more expensive than phase 1. But everything I heard from the meeting, from talking to the state, talking to the governor's office, talking to our Ms. DeMarco on the parish side, it went really well, and everybody seems interested, at least pursuing this possibly to the next step. With that, I yield.
Thank you. Commissioner McCarty, the floor. You have the floor.
I like the statement that you made, that it's serving its purpose to bring other players to the table for discussion. But my point was, why put the section in there if that's not what it was for? So that's why I was just referencing that. But I like the idea that it's making more people talk and more people come to the table and more people have input. Thank you.
I'd be happy to arrange a moment for you before the second presentation. I know that our consultant, the Bridges Group International, will be coming in a day or two in advance. If there are any members of the commission who want to have a conversation with them about what this looks like, what this report, kind of a deeper dive into this first phase. We can do that similarly to what we did with our tech vendor recently. I know that it is a lot to digest, and it's quite more to think about as we move to the future with this economic development work. So please just let me know, and I will see if the Bridges Group would be willing to do that either live or prior to that meeting in some Zoom sessions.
Thank you. Commissioner Elwood, you have the floor.
I think this is a great endeavor. I didn't get into all of the intricate part of it, but I know the meeting that I went to with the people on the base was there and the parish president, they were saying that they see this as a really very innovative project, almost like a one-of-a-kind kind of project, and that the stuff that can springboard from this is just unbelievable, because this is something that don't normally happen. And so the commander of the base was saying, he was like, and it was something new for him, Pat. He was just saying that, we still got to work all the deal out, because this is something, we're going at some new frontier. He didn't say new frontier, I'm just using that example. He said, but we're going off a place that we've never been. So there's a lot of things we got to make sure, because this is totally new. So again, I just think whatever need to happen, we need to make sure it happens and support it 100%. I think it's a great endeavor.
Thank you. I think I know we have a tentative date. Is it March 24th?
Yes, we do, and I just want to, before.
Tentative. It's still tentative.
The date is March 24th. The Navy has confirmed. I guess I'll make a public service announcement that it is highly restricted
Yes.
access, so it is not open to the public. It is
Correct.
invite only, and only after completing very many clearances with the Navy base. So yes, it is the 24th, and once that happens, we can give more of a report of what happened in one of these meetings to
Thank you.
give the public who cannot be there with us.
Thank
So
you.
you saying I'm included? I'm excluded.
Yeah.
You're
not.
never excluded, but I defer to the chairman as to who will be present for the.
We're gonna have to do a background check, right? We're gonna do a background check. Yeah, I said, we gotta go through it real good. We're gonna have to, anyway, seeing no one in the queue, we'll open the machines for voting. And the measure passes 6 yeses, 1 abstention from District 5. Next item, please.
H, a resolution adopting the additions to the operations policy and procedures for Plaquemines Port Harbor Terminal District, reflecting updates to the ferry communications policy regarding major service reductions and otherwise to provide with respect to Commissioner Newsom.
I offer and ask for a second. Second by Commissioner Jurisic. Are there any comments from the audience? Yes, sir, Mr. Brox. It must not, like I said, there ain't no Pelicans game tonight, huh? So.
No, you're not playing tonight. The question I have is,
Yes, sir.
we're gonna read, what we're doing right now is gonna be changed at the meetings? Or
This-
something,
No, this is for the ferry. This is for the ferry.
The adopting the addiction to operations.
So Miss Wilcox is gonna take care of this.
that's all right, no, I'm on the wrong one.
Oh, you're on the wrong one?
Okay. Fast shot?
You good? All right. You good, Mr. Schultz, or do you need? Commissioner Schultz, the floor is
I
yours.
do have to give the port staff credit lately on the digest. It has been very detailed lately and better, if we can carry that over to the parish side a little bit better.
What about, chairman don't get any?
What?
Chairman don't get any?
And the chairman.
Hey, thank you.
But again, the digest.
No, it's mostly, Miss
This
Buck.
clearly says
Ms.
what's
Bartholomew.
going on this and why we're doing it. So I just wanted to give the shout out. I know that was a thing Dr. Gooey did 2 years ago, and it's finally starting to make its progress through. So that's it.
Thank you, and also the kudos. The kudos go out to Miss Jasmine Bartholomew for that. She's done a wonderful job. Seeing no one in the queue, the machines are now open. And the item passes 7-0. Next item, please.
I, an ordinance to amend rules for conducting the meetings of the Plaquemines Parish Council as the sole governing authority of the Plaquemines Port Harbor Terminal District and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Commissioner Gui.
And I'll second, so. Is there any comments from the audience? Yes, sir. Yeah, come on.
So when the parish, or when the port broke out from the parish, they just broke it out, and one of the things is, on the parish side, an ordinance has to lay over for a week before we can vote on it. That's in the charter. However, on the port side, it was never carried over or inserted into our rules, so we're basically trying to mirror the parish and have it lay over for a week.
Okay.
It was an oversight since 2012, that we could have done suspensions of ordinances this whole time and whatever, but it probably should not have done it that, I mean, obviously, it's never happened before until last meeting, and that was just because of a time crunch issue. But this is basically putting it in our rules where it has to lay over for a week to make it mirror the parish.
All right, I thought y'all gonna take the public comments.
No, never. Never will happen. We're gonna listen. I enjoy it. Listen, I wish. We're gonna give you some tickets, and you gotta present a ticket every time, so, no changes to the public.
We 2 tickets, and I'm gonna get some tickets from other people.
There you go.
Tickets are not transferable.
Would see no one else in the queue. Machines are now open to vote. And item passes 7-0. Next item, please.
7, new business, introduction of resolutions where suspension is being sought. 7.
So, we're gonna do it, read them both. We're gonna do one suspension for both items. Well, 4 items.
All right.
3 items. 3 items, number 2 has been withdrawn, so there'll be 3 items for, we're gonna do one suspension for 3. We'll vote on them individually, but we'll suspend the rules one time.
1, a resolution to rescind resolution number 2680, which authorized the port chairman to retain the employment agency Shea Harding for the search and recruitment of a new port director, and to authorize the port chairman to retain a different agency to conduct the same search, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. A resolution to create a port committee to select a chief operating officer, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. A resolution requesting the Civil Service Commission to provide a 1% cost of living raise for all classified employees, and to authorize and direct the port to issue the 2026 budgeted 1% cost of living pay increase to each classified and non-classified employee, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto.
Is there any comments? I'll offer for suspension and ask for a second. Second by Commissioner Gersich. Are there any comments from the audience for suspension, for the suspension only? Administration, board, see none. Machines are open for suspension only. And the rules stand suspended with a vote of 7-0. Now we'll take them individually.
A resolution to rescind resolution number 2680, which authorized the port chairman to retain the employment agency Shea Harding for the search and recruitment of a new port director, and to authorize the port chairman to retain a different agency to conduct the same search, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Commissioner Newsom.
I offer and ask for a second. Second by Commissioner Schultz. Are there any comments from the audience? Mr. Henry.
Coming along enough.
You don't need it. Tell Mr. Henry.
So you gonna hire the agency?
The board, we're gonna vote on it. The agency is not in here, but the agency is Ogden, ODGERS, Ogden's. A well-respected agency, does a lot of work throughout the country. They are extremely professional. They've done work for ports before, so they come recommended from some recommendations.
What's the price?
It's a percentage of the salary of the applicant. What's the details? It's probably roughly, as say, around about $80,000.
Time limit?
Yes, we are shooting for something in the range of 3 months.
No, okay. All right.
Yes, sir, no problem, thank you. Anyone else from the audience? Administration, no. Ms. McCarty, you have the floor.
Thank you. I just want to make a statement for record that I hope that we specify the qualifications, change the venue to Louisiana, ask for more than 3 applicants, change some of the pay only on base salary, not on the bonuses of the director. And there are a few other things that if you want to see, you can, public records me. Thank you.
No, Ms. McCarty, I agree. Thank you for looking it over and catching some of those, I'm going to say just a typo, misquote that we've got with Danny. Mr. Garrett, he has the proposal, so he's going to, anything legally that we need to do, we're going to follow it. And these folks the Ogden folks have been very receptive to any, they look forward to working with us and doing us a good job. And I have no doubt that they will submit the candidates that are going to make our port successful. Any more comments? Seeing none, the machines are now open for this item. And it passes 7-0. Next item, please.
3, a resolution to create a port committee to select a chief operating officer and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Commissioner Newsom.
Yes, I will offer and ask for a second. Second by Commissioner Jurisic. Any comments from the audience? Administration. So what this does is, and I know, I want to commend the staff on what they've done with this. We've had over, as Ms. Bell and Ms. Sherman has said, over about 300 applicants. So we're going to form a committee consisting of the port chair, the port chairman, which would be myself, vice chairman, which would be Commissioner France, one commissioner, which I guess I should have filled the blanks here, but the one commissioner would be Commissioner Schultz, 2 port staff members, which HR will be represented from Ms. Harlan Sherman, and we're going to have Ms. Jasmine Bartholomew from legal also on this committee. And what this committee does is bring the candidates to this body. For the ordinance that we passed last meeting, that has to be voted on by this body with a vote of 6 votes to select someone from that, to select someone from this position. So again, ultimate decision is made by this body right here. So that's where we're at. Commissioner McCarty.
Thank you. I just want to say that I hope we define the duties and the qualifications of the person before we actually go and look at the people who have applied. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Commissioner Konovich.
Will other commissioners get a chance to interview these people?
Well, yeah, it was your legislation. Hold on, I'll put you in control. Yes, Mr. Schultz, it was your legislation.
Yes. What I suggested was to get down to the final 3, and then the final 3 will come before this commission. I'm assuming we can do it similar to the school board did their superintendent search. We can go into executive session to do an interview and ask competency and stuff like that. And we will go into executive session for each candidate to interview by this whole body, those 3, and then we can make fill in the blank and select one.
And if there's more than 3 candidates that the committee thinks should be interviewed, we'll do more.
Yeah, then we'll do more if we gotta go up to 5. So yes, it's basically to narrow down because this is a key position. We need to get moving on it and not wait 3 months for an executive director. Now, if we can't come to a consensus in 3 months and we hire an executive director in that time frame, then that executive director will obtain appointing authority when he's hired, or she, sorry, he or she is hired, and then they will then make that decision. Also, in respect to the job position and qualifications, that was spelled out in the job posting that the port has already put out, in December or November?
As soon as we got permission.
Correct.
Speaking, yeah.
So yeah, it was already put out and it's already been spelled out, all the qualifications and stuff.
Correct.
So, but like I said, it's been about a month and a half. We gotta do something because operations, we don't want any lapse.
Yes, sir, and we'll lose some of the top candidates if we wait too long.
When you get back in the queue, I'm gonna Commissioner Edwards, you have the floor.
I just have one question.
Yes, sir.
About the selection of people. The decision for Ms. Bathada was made before the day's meeting, or you based it on her doing a digest?
It definitely had some sway in that, you know,
Okay,
so, yeah, so she's doing such a great job, so.
Let's see, Mr. What district you live in?
Oh, there you go, see, there you go, see, District 9, that's us. Ms. McCarty, the floor, you have the floor, Commissioner McCarty.
Mr. Schultz, did we define the duties of the person versus other duties of other people?
Yes. It
Yes.
was all spelled, I mean.
Go ahead, you have
Pull it
the-
up, I'm sure it's still on LinkedIn and,
Okay, because I
Indeed.
understand that's different from the qualifications. That's what I was asking.
Well, the responsibilities and then under it was the qualifications of the position. So it was both,
Back in, like I said, back when it was done.
so it was both the duties and the qualifications.
Okay,
I know I made a reference at that meeting that I was like, whoever wrote it, I think it was you, Ms. Bell, did a very good job putting it together and covering all of our bases. So,
I can send that over to you, Ms.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Harold.
Thank you. And please think about 5 instead of 3. Thank you.
so
Nope.
Am I-
Yeah, you on, you
So-
keep talking.
the initial thing is if the committee can agree on the 3, then we will bring the 3. Without, if there's any issues with, like, one committee member wants one or two, wants another one versus this one, then that's when we'll bump it up to 5. That way, okay, the committee is trying to be fair across the board, but if we all agree, yeah, these are the best 3 candidates, and there's no issues, then.
I don't even get to see them. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I think they said they were gonna send them over, I mean, yeah, anybody can, you can, the resumes, but then the committee will bring the final 3 for board approval. And if we don't approve any of those 3, then.
We go back to the
get
drawing
to-
board.
And get the next 3. So, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Ultimately, this commission will have to vote on it.
Ultimately, and it has to get 6 votes too.
Correct. So, I yield.
What's still no in the queue, machines are now open. And the measure passes 7-0. Next item, please.
A resolution requesting the Civil Service Commission to provide a 1% cost of living raise for all classified employees and to authorize and direct the port to issue the 2026 budgeted 1% cost of living pay increase to each classified and non-classified employee, and otherwise to provide with respect to Commissioner Jurisich.
Second, offered by Commissioner Juris, second by Commissioner McCarty. Any comments from the audience? From administration? Yes, ma'am, Ms. Glapion.
Yes, I did want to say that, Commissioners, on the proposed sheet that you received, that does show the effect of that 1% cost of living increase for those classified employees, which is $54,314. Just wanted to make you aware.
Thank you, Ms. Glapion. Is there any, let's see, Commissioner Schultz, you have the floor.
So, yeah, we are going to have to, I mean, this is fine for now, but before year end, Ms. Glapion, we will have to have a budget amendment with the corrected manpower table if this passes and all that. So the 54,000, but we are going to have an amendment in accordance with the budget law.
Okay, I'll have that prepared for the next meeting.
Seeing no one else in the queue, the machines are now open. And the item passes 7-0, so get a raise.
8, approval of the minutes from the February 12th, 2026 meeting.
Offered by Commissioner Conovich, second by Commissioner Juris. Any discussion? Schultz is the second. Oh, you got them, they can't read your mind, huh? But seeing, machines are open. And item passes 7-0. Motion to adjourn by Commissioner Schultz, second by Commissioner Conovich. Machines are open for adjournment.
Once again, I want to say you guys did a very.
And the stands adjourned at 4:41.